Okay, so in this video, I'm actually going to show you the strategy that made me $90,000 in just 3 months. And I'm not only going to show you how to do it, but I'm actually going to show you how I did it in the live examples, because I'm going to put live recordings of the trades that I took in the past week, and I'm going to basically go over every single trade that I took. So trust me when I say it, but this video is going to be everything you need to take your trading to the next level. So just before I get to the charts, to the actual trades, I just want to show you the Tradezella, where I basically took all the trades. So you have all the live proof, and you can see right here in the past few months I made $90,000. And also you can see the other channel where I basically post all of the trade recaps. Right here you can see all the live recordings and all the trade recaps. You can go to it. It's just called Nico Trade Recaps. It's gonna be down there in the description. So after this video, if you want to check it out, just go down there. Okay, so now that I basically shown you everything that I needed to, like all the proofs, everything, so you can trust me 100% on this one, I'm actually going to go over every single trade that I took. So we are going to start from Wednesday, and I'm basically going to show all 3 trades I took and basically show you the actual live recordings of me taking them. Okay, so let's go over the basically first trade that actually happened in the market. So the first thing, if we go to the daily time frame, so you can see right here which basically time frame I'm on, you can see that the daily right here has inversed this fair value gap. So all we are looking in the market is fair value gaps and liquidity, and all we are looking is for liquidities to get swept, so we can basically see some kind of manipulation in the market and look for the other direction of the market. So if you sweep towards the downside like this, we want to see market going to the upside. And for the fair value gaps, we want to see either market, let's say, come into it like this, respect it and just reject from it, or we want to see market actually like this, close like this exactly right here above the fair value gap, which is going to indicate us that we are going higher. So what we know right here is that market actually came down, retested this fair value gap, and then inversed this fair value gap right here. So market is very bullish on the daily time frame. Then if we go to the 4-hour time frame, I'm going to delete these fair value gaps. We can see right here that market came to the downside and very well respected this fair value gap. So on the 4-hour we are bullish too. So on the 1-hour we say the same thing. We can see the market coming to this fair value gap right here, and we also have another fair value gap right here, and then we have one more fair value gap down here that didn't actually get respected. You can see this one right here. So we know that every single time frame is bullish. So if we go down let's say to 50-minute time frame, we can see that we are slowly filling this fair value gap right here and going through it. We don't want to reject to the downside, so we scale all the way down. The trade was actually taken on the 3-minute time frame, so you can see that we actually swept this liquidity right here. So I'm gonna mark it with this line, and we have retested this 3-minute fair value gap. And this was the trade. I took it on the inversion of the 3-minute fair value gap, and I'm gonna pop the recording of the actual trade right now. At the ES, we actually have an entry right here, stop loss right here for 27.5 points. Break even is the first liquidity, or when the ES sweeps it. So as soon as the ES sweeps it, you guys can't see it, I cannot show you. But if the ES takes out this main high up here, so this one, I'm also going break even. Okay, so ES has swept it. If it stops me out, it stops me out. It is just my rules. Let's see what is gonna happen. I'm probably gonna get taken out. It's very close to the stop loss right now, but I honestly couldn't care less. So let's actually see what do we get, if we are going to get it. So we just got stopped out. Okay, so you have seen that trade was break even because of the correlation with ES that has swept all the highs. So I always take into consideration what the ES is doing, and it's always like one of my main confluences with NQ. So the next thing we are going to do after we got this break even, my bias is still the same. So look at this, we come down once again, sweep actual liquidity, so we actually sweep this low once again. We once again retest this fair value gap, and what do we do next? You can see that we very well respected it, so we haven't closed below this fair value gap, and you can see we try to go to the upside, we try to inverse the 3-minute fair value gap. We didn't. We came down once again, and then after that we managed to actually inverse above this fair value gap right here. So you can basically see similar trader like this one. We swept liquidity, respected the fair value gap, and then went to the upside and inversed above this fair value gap. So let's see how actually this one played out. But I just executed this trade. You can even see the profits and everything. You can see my past trade on the MNQ. This one is on the NQ. Let's see. I'll put it just below like this. With this type of candle towards the upside, and there it is, full TP. Okay, so we've seen that that trade has won. So now what are we looking for? So we have one win so far. So now something has actually changed. So if we go to 1 hour time frame, we can see that we actually created a new fair value gap on the 1 hour time frame, and we retested it with this week and rejected very hard from it. So what am I going to look for? I'm going to look for some kind of shorts at the moment. So if we go to the 5-minute time frame, we can see this huge beautiful fair value gap, and what actually happened is we managed to beautifully just chop to the downside and actually inverse this fair value gap. And I'm actually going to show you the live example of where I actually took it. It was like this, and I targeted 1-to-1. So here is the live example. Nice, one more setup I just presented in the last macro. Okay, I'm out of the trade. Okay, so that was the first day. You can see total of 3 trades, and you can see 2 of them were winners and 1 was break even because of the SMT with ES that I marked like this. So let's go over the next day. Okay, so now it is the next day. You can see 4th of December. So if we look first of all to the higher time frame, we can go to 1 hour time frame. We can see that what market open did is actually it skyrocketed to the upside and then it rejected right back to the downside. And if I go to the 4 hour time frame, we are going to see that we have actually swept this high right here. So we swept liquidity to the upside, and we also respected this fair value gap. So basically we swept liquidity to the upside and we tapped into a fair value gap to the upside. So what are we going to look for? We are going to look for some shorts. If I go to the 15-minute time frame, we can also see after we basically respected this fair value gap right here, we started going to the downside, and basically after that we started going to the upside, very well respected this fair value gap right here on the 15-minute time frame. So what I want to look for, I want to look for some kind of shorts. And if I go to the 2-minute time frame, if I waited, I could have taken this short right here, which would have been a great short and a great win, but I was kind of scared at the moment and I hesitated with shorts a little bit. But after this opportunity has basically just went away from me, I just lost it. So I lost 1W right here. There has been a new opportunity that I have actually taken, and it was this fair value gap that I marked out right here. You can see us coming down. We actually came to the upside, so we did this, tapped into a fair value gap, so a miniature fair value gap right here that you cannot really see. So it's this one right here. Tapped into it and just dumped to the downside where I actually made my entry. And basically right now I'm going to show you the live recording of the actual trade. Alright, so I'm in this one. So let's see if we're gonna get it. And there it is, full TP. Okay, so we had that great W right there, so we made quite a lot on that trade. So what is basically the next thing I looked for in the market? So if you look right now at the market, we see that we swept this low. So we swept a liquidity to the downside and we quite well rejected from it. So if you go to the 15-minute time frame, you can see just a huge wick, how well we just respected that liquidity and started going to the upside. So what am I going to start looking for is some kind of long position. So if you realize right now the same pattern is I just always look at what is respecting and what is disrespecting, because that's actually the way to look at a market, because always one side is going to be more powerful. There is either going to be buyers in control or sellers in control, so always one side is going to get respected. So if I go to the 5-minute time frame, you can see after we rejected from this liquidity point right here, we started going to the upside. We created this fair value gap that was tapped into right here, so you can see a first tap in right here. After that, we actually, I think, tapped in one more time, so you can see right here we tapped in one more time, basically just swept this liquidity point once again, so stopped even more people out on that one. And what we did after that is a beautiful inversion on the 5-minute time frame. Look at this, just a straight chop to the upside. My stop loss was actually on this basically candle high, because that's gonna be our fair value gap once we form the next candle, and I just targeted 1-to-1. And also let's see the live recording right now. So are we going to reject from this fair value gap, or gonna get stopped out? Okay, so for right now we just respected it absolutely insanely. Yep, I'm out right there. And yeah, basically that is the second day. So 2 days in a row with 2 wins in a row. So just a beautiful 2-day streak. So basically after these 4 wins, I unfortunately had 1 loss, because the strategy is of course about 80% win rate, maybe a little bit higher, maybe a little bit lower, it doesn't really matter. At the moment for me it's about 82% win rate, you saw in the Tradezella. So let's go over the next day. Okay, so this is the next day and this is the next trade that I took. So basically this trade might not be the cleanest trade, and that's maybe why it lost. So I'm gonna go over what basically I took in the market, and I would honestly go that this loss was my mistake. So it wasn't the clearest for the model. So if you go to the daily time frame, I'm actually going to delete everything from the past few days. We can see that we have a fair value gap on the daily time frame that we never tapped into. And my idea of this day was that we are going to go to the upside and tap into this fair value gap and then maybe react from it. But what I wanted to see first is some kind of longs towards this fair value gap. So if we scale down to the lower time frame, we can see that we had pulled back into this fair value gap, reacted from it and started going to the upside. Also, let's see what's on the 1 hour time frame. On the 1 hour time frame is just this miniature fair value gap that doesn't really matter that much, but we also respected it pretty nicely. So if I go to the 15-minute time frame, we can just see a huge pump from the market on the market open. So on the New York Open, we just started pumping to the upside. So what did I want to look for? I want to look for some kind of longs, and one more confluence was that we actually managed to inverse this fair value gap. So all am I looking in the market is respecting and disrespecting. So we disrespected this fair value gap towards the upside, we respected these fair value gaps towards the upside. So all it's saying me is that we want to see some kind of longs. But what I saw is this opportunity right here on the 1 minute time frame. We just pumped out so much, came so close to this daily fair value gap, and I wanted to see tap into it. And what I took is basically this trade on the 1 minute time frame. You can see we have a fair value gap right here, and basically what I took is just the trade towards it like this, and basically it lost. I'm going to show you the live recording. You can see we had a really nice closure right here, and basically I took it like this with 25 point stop and targeting this fair value gap. So here is the live recording of that loss. Stop loss is gonna be a little bit bigger. Yep, and got stopped out. Okay, so as you saw, that was a pretty successful trading week, and I also didn't show you one win at the beginning of the week. And just before you go, I'm gonna actually give you something for completely free. So if you like the video, first of all, make sure to leave a like and subscribe so you always see the newest videos I upload. And the thing that I'm actually gonna give you for completely free is the complete playbook of the strategy. So it's gonna be 10-page playbook that you can for completely free claim down there in the description. Also, if you want to get mentored by me, if you want to have a chance of getting mentored by me, you can go down there to the description and book a call to see if you are a right fit for the mentorship. And basically, with all of that being said, I'm gonna see you in the next video. Peace.